So look, in this, we're going to cover everything around nutrition when it comes to running at a really high level. If there is areas where you want me to go deep or have any questions on anything, just come off mute and ask away. The more questions you ask from this, the more you get from it. Let's get to it. So what we'll be covering today is really, that's myself there. It's really kind of everything that you see here. So why nutrition is important, nutrition on a daily basis. So, outside of running and things like that, why should you be eating, what should you be eating and things like that. We'll be talking about hydration and electrolytes, how much you should be taking in, why they're important. We'll be talking about supplements too. And we'll be talking about calorie intake and how much you should be taking in, and your macros too, so the amount of protein, fats, and carbs as well. There's a few questions as well around kind of balancing weight loss and performance too. So I'll do my best to address that and then kind of putting everything together. So it's all well and good seeing a presentation, but how can we actually apply this in our lives when we're busy, when we have shit to do, when we have families, when we're, trying to get in from a run and cook a meal and things like that. So I'll share some practical ways to do that too. Let me just get people in the call there. There we go. Perfect. Right. So before we start, I'm going to give you a bit of a story of who I am and kind of what got me into nutrition as well. So you can see it's a bit on the heavy side there on the left-hand side. So my challenge was essentially I was training sometimes twice a day and I was getting no results. I was kind of running, doing weightlifting and things like that. Still couldn't lose weight, still low on energy, felt sick at least once or twice a month, was just puking, migraines and things like that. And it kind of got me down the path of nutrition and kind of asking the question of why I'm feeling this way. Why can I not, lose weight and things like that? So I started to really kind of get deeper into it and eventually done a nutrition course. And it kind of blew my mind in a way that some of the simple things were the most effective and I wasn't doing. So kind of eating whole foods and things like that, maintaining calories, eating vegetables, simple things like that as well, just made a massive difference. And it really got me on a pathway of, really upskilling on this and trying to help people like yourselves, like Dara, like everyone to really, use nutrition in the best possible way, not just for better running, but just for a better quality of life as well. And it's really kind of benefit me. So hopefully you get a few nuggets from this and it benefits you. Aside from that, I love running. So running at the moment, being with Cherry Orchard there the last 10 years on and off. And you can see me struggling there. It looks like I'm about to have a shit, probably holding that in. Do a few Hyroxes as well. And I'm a personal trainer up in G-Force in Drimnagh too. And that's me. So on nutrition itself, what I'm going to cover is kind of daily nutrition. So kind of what matters, when you're not running on a daily basis, what you should focus on, how you can optimize that, and then sports nutrition as well. So kind of how nutrition can help you with your running, what you should be eating beforehand, during the race as well, and afterwards. Just get this out of the way. So look, why nutrition is important is for a few reasons. One, it gives us energy. Two, it helps with muscle growth and the growth of our cells as well, our hair, our skin, and things like that. It helps our body, operate as well. Like it helps with our organs. It helps with our, digestive system. Helps with our blood flow as well. Also helps with our immune system. So let me just get these in here. So it helps really kind of with sickness too. The better we eat, the better we're going to feel and the less sickness we're going to have. Just bear with me. It helps with brain function as well. So does anyone kind of work in an office job here or work at home? Yes, a few thumbs up there. Do you ever have a lunch, heavy lunch, and then afterwards you feel absolutely just zonked out? You feel like a zombie? Yeah, I feel that as well. What that's down to is just kind of how our brain, how our body is digesting the food as well. It really kind of affects how our brain operates too. I'll share a bit more on that later on in the session. And when we think of nutrition, and especially the food that we take in, we can break it down to two elements. One is macronutrients, so the likes of protein, carbs, and fats we should be taking in. And then we have micronutrients as well. So I have a question there. Perfect. So our vitamins and minerals, that's the likes of our, vitamin C, vitamin D, and things like that. Our magnesium, our calcium, which is all should be taken in small doses, but it's good nonetheless. Calcium helps with building up our bone density. Tommy, can I just throw you on mute there? Just the echoes coming through.
Yeah, sorry.
Or you sorry, let me just fix that there. There we go.
I get Tommy here.
Tommy, you a bard? I'm only messing. It's just the echo coming through there. Get lurking in there as well. I'll do it like this as well, it'll be much easier. But yeah, so the macronutrients, our calcium really helps with kind of our bone density, magnesium as well, which is in a lot of electrolytes, helps kind of stop cramping and helps keep us hydrated too. And then what are macronutrients? There's three essentially. And what they do, so proteins really help kind of build and repair muscle. So if you have a heavy leg session or you're going for your long run as well, the more protein you take in, or the right amount of protein you take in, will help with that muscle recovery and repair. And it'll stop that loss of muscle mass as well, especially if you're running, 60, 70 kilometer weeks as well. And roughly, you should be taking in 1 to 2 grams per kilo of body weight per day. So for example, I am 75 kilos at the moment. So I'm taking in 2 grams of protein per day, which is 150 grams in total. And then when we talk about carbohydrates really are energy. And their main function, is to keep us going. It's essentially the fuel that fires our engine. And we should be taking in about 5 to 8 grams per kg of body weight per day. And that ranges, if you're a male or man, you should be taking in more. If you're doing really intense training, especially in your marathon block, especially on your long runs, you should be aiming for about 8 grams, say the day before or the day after as well, to one, make sure you have enough energy, and two, to make sure that you're not burning out afterwards too. And then the final one is fats. Fats get a really bad name. Fats don't actually lead to fat on our body. What fat do is provide energy, but they're vitally essential too and help us, absorb all the nutrients from foods. They help us take in our vitamins, they help us take in our minerals too. And they also help with our immune system. So fats also kind of prevent, illness and disease too. So if you're getting your fat from fish, avocados, nuts, or things like that, it's all good. Now, fats from the likes of, say, Oreos or McDonald's and things like that, that's a different story. That's a different kind of fat. Stay away from that. But the likes of the healthy fats are really good. And you should be taking in about 40 to 75 grams of them per day. And when it comes to nutrition overall, like the best way to think about this is to focus on food that is nutrient dense. And 99% of the time, that's whole foods. That's food where, they're minimally processed. The likes of your meats, your fishes, eggs, whole grain pasta, your salads, your kale, your spinach, and things like that. Whereas though on the other side of things, like your McDonald's, your chocolate, your white bread, your white carbs, sweets and things like that, they're calorie dense. So what they are is really high in calories, but really low on nutrients. And when you kind of think about this, take a zoom out. If you really want to lose weight, if you want to feel better, if you want to have more energy and not, put on excess weight, focusing on food that is nutrient dense is really going to help with this too. And it's going to keep you feeling full for longer. Whereas the foods here on the right hand side, they're going to be full of sugars and full of additives as well, which make them addictive, making you want more and more and more. Give me a show of hands who had a bar of chocolate and instantly wanted another one or wanted a packet of crisps. Been there before. Or say, for example, you just keep eating bread and you can't stop. It's just not filling you. You just want more and more. Whereas though, if you have kind of a whole food, you have, say, a Sunday dinner or things like that, you're going to be stuffed afterwards as well, because it's just real food and it's, providing the body with what it needs, and that's proper nutrients. So let's get into why nutrition is important for running. So 3 main reasons. One is energy. If you don't eat, we're not going to have energy, and no energy on runs, especially long runs as well, it's not going to go down well. It's going to help with muscle repair and recovery too. So you'll recover a lot faster, and them aches and pains will go away a lot faster if your nutrition is on point. And it's going to help with weight as well. Kind of weight gain, weight loss. You can really kind of have a nutrition plan that's going to be tailored to you, whether you want to lose weight, build muscle, or whatever you want to do. And nutrition is going to play a key part to that. So how can we fuel effectively? So there's a few different ways. So starting off with carbohydrates. When we're running, carbohydrates are going to be our energy source. And I would always recommend, say, before your runs, the day before your long runs, even your shorter runs as well, try have, whole food carbohydrates. And when I say whole food, it's kind of brown carbohydrates. So your brown pasta, brown rice, potatoes, what else is there? Kind of brown bread. Does anyone know why I kind of say brown bread instead of white bread, or brown carbs instead of white carbs?
Is that to do with the sugar, is it?
Yes.
Complex carbs?
Yes. And the reason, so white bread, full of sugar, and brown bread, complex carbs, exactly. What complex carbs are essentially is that complex carbs require the body, I'll take a lot more effort from the body to break them down. So they stay in the system a lot longer because of the fiber. So think of it as a water slide. You have a water slide, right? And you have, say, a ball. It's going to go down the water slide as fast as possible. And that's like food going through your digestive system. And that means we're going to get an instant burst of energy once that passes through. Whereas fiber slows that process down, where it gradually slows down the ball going down the slide as well and drips out energy in small little bursts. Did anyone ever get kind of a sugar rush before with a wire to the moon and then out of nowhere you just crash? Perfect. That's because the food lacks fiber. So more or less, you're getting a sudden rush of energy. It's rushing through your body, getting into your system. Boom, then it's gone. Whereas kind of brown carbs slow down that process, so it's gradual energy over a longer period of time, and it's not going to waste. The second thing too is water. So hydration is key when it comes to running. It's going to stop cramping. It's going to stop, our performance suffering too. And when we think of hydration, it's really 2 things. It's the amount of water we take in and the amount of electrolytes as well that we have in our body. So what electrolytes are is 3 different things. It's salt, it's magnesium, and it's potassium. When we sweat, we lose our electrolytes. So we should be taking them on the run as well to just make sure we keep them replenished. If you don't have the right balance of water and electrolytes, our body will fail. We're going to start to get that cotton mouth as well. And we'll just feel young. We'll just feel tired as well. So it's good to have a good balance of these before your run and then during your run as well. And especially after your run too, just to make sure we're replenishing what you lose. In terms of protein, again, this is going to help with muscle recovery. You can get the protein from the likes of fish, yogurt, chicken, milk, eggs as well are a great source of protein. And having these directly after your runs too is just going to pay so much dividends. Then you have your vitamins and minerals. So taking in your vitamin C, your vitamin D and things like that. A lot of this you're going to get from vegetables. You don't really need to supplement. And this is just going to help with stopping you getting sick and stopping you burning out. And if we're not getting enough vegetables in, we're not getting enough protein in, we can always supplement as well, the likes of protein powder, electrolytes, or vitamin C tablets and things like that. Any questions so far?
Do you see on your long runs or on your after your long runs, how
Yeah.
soon after do you need to be fueling?
Great question. I'm going to come to that now. But I would say as soon as possible when it comes to protein and water as well. Like if you have a protein shake straight after, and your water as well, the quicker you get it into your system, the quicker your body is going to start to recover. And then about 2 hours afterwards, you should be having a proper meal as well. So Sunday dinner, wherever it is, chicken, rice, and pasta and things like that. But we're going to cover that now.
When you were saying about the electrolytes as well,
Yeah.
what would you recommend?
Great question. I'm going to answer that now in a sec. So just bear with me. We'll get to that now. But when it comes to nutrition pre-race, the day before, so let's say we do our long run on the Sunday, what I'll be having on the Saturday is loading up throughout the day on, good carbohydrates, brown rice, brown pasta, brown bread, so it has time then to pass through the body. I'd be sipping on electrolytes and water, so roughly I'll be taking in about 3 liters per day and maybe 2 electrolytes. I'm a sweaty cunt, so I have to make sure that I replenish everything that I lose. But 1 a day would be ideal, and good ones, to your point as well, are the Precision Fuel ones. And the high five ones are really good. SIS or the salt tablets as well are brilliant. I have a picture of them now. I'll show them now in a sec.
And would you be taking them every day and then more the day before a long run kind of thing?
Yeah. So I'll be taking 1 dissolvable tablet per day. And then on a long run day, the day before, I'll be taking 2 and 2 on the day of a long run as well. So kind of 1 before a run in the morning and then 1 afterwards.
Shane, what's the best tablet you think to get? Because I know there's ones with bigger percentage of salts in them and all, and then there's the other ones you get in the chemist and you get ripped off. Or which is the best place to get them, do you reckon?
Yeah, so look, I think the Precision Fuel ones are really good. They have, I'll put a link in afterwards too, but they have 3 different ranges. So they have ones which are kind of 500 milligrams, ones which are 1,000 milligrams, and then 1,500 milligrams too. The 1,500 have more salt in them too. So they have an assessment on the website as well based on how much you sweat when you run and things like that, and they'll recommend which ones are the best for you. And I find they're the best value for money. But in terms of, ones that are cheaper as well and just as good, Lidl and Aldi have really good electrolytes too that are like €2-3 they can get and more or less do the same job. And then just on kind of the runs as well, I think you use these as well. I love them. They're so good. The salt sticks as well are absolutely brilliant. They dissolve in your mouth. Really good when it comes to electrolytes, but they're nice as well because they take that kind of dryness out of your mouth as well when you run. So when it comes to kind of nutrition, during the race as well. So let's say, for example, you wake up, it's Sunday, going for your long run or going for your marathon. It's really up to yourself if you have something that morning of as well. I don't, because I just find it doesn't settle, but usually porridge or a bowl of cereal as well is really good, maybe 2 hours before you start running. Afterwards, if it's coming up to say 60 minutes before your runs, you want to be going for fast releasing carbs. And what that is carbs is essentially high sugar. So those squares, bars, your jellies as well, beforehand are really good because they're going to give you a nice burst of energy that you're going to use. Lucozade as well, even before your run or during your run as well, is also good to sip on. During your run also, you should be taking your gels, especially they're going to give you energy. You always want to take your gels kind of before that tiredness starts to kick in too. So I'd recommend maybe a gel every 30 to 40 minutes on your long run, depending on how your stomach is. And you can mix them up with gels, carb mixes as well. And there's different chews as well. And recommend, try a few out if you haven't found your one already. Because everyone kind of has their preference too. Some like High Five, some like Morton, some like the Precision Fuel. And it just really depends on how your stomach is and, what agrees best with you.
Yes, Shane, one thing on the Lucozade, just from my own experience when I was in the marathon, and you're running by the tables they have the drinks, they have everything, and you're that dehydrated. And I made a mistake in the first 2 marathons, and I just gulped down a whole bottle of Lucozade, and then the stomach was bloated. So just for people to sip on is really important, I think, isn't it?
100%. Even the water as well, just small little sips as you go. Otherwise, it's just going to sit in your stomach.
When before your run or your race, how like when would you stop fueling, or when would you stop drinking? Like, would you be drinking like up to about 20 minutes before your run, then stop?
Yeah, pretty much. I'd be, so see the carb mix here, or even the Lucozade, you could have that say 20 minutes before. Once you're sipping on that, and that will, it'll digest quickly enough. It's not going to sit in the stomach. But I would, don't try it on your long run days and, just test it out. Like, don't leave anything new on the marathon. Don't try anything new on the marathon. Get all your nutrition out of the way now on your long runs. Experiment and see what works. And there's been sometimes as well where I had a gel that I never tried before on a long run, and you're rushing to the toilet. So just bear that in mind too, that if you're trying something new, chances are it might not agree with your stomach. So just make sure there's a toilet in there. Perfect, Jamie. And just on caffeine gels as well. Caffeine is brilliant because it gives you a nice little kick at the end, and it kind of dulls out the pain and that feeling of fatigue. And I'd always recommend having one of them towards the end of your long run. I'd have it maybe when there's 5 or 6K left. One, because I love caffeine and love the kick off, so it's that nice little incentive. But it gives you that little kick as well to push on at the end. But just don't go too wild with them as well, because they do run the guts out of you. I'd only stick to maybe one caffeine gel on a run. If you go maybe 2 or more, 1, you're going to be wired to the moon, and then 2, you'll be looking for a bush or a toilet. And then when it comes to kind of post-race as well, so you want to be getting the protein and kind of water in ASAP. So having the likes of a protein shake, or even them, the protein meals, the Evermore ones as well, they're really good to have after a long run too, because it's just, it's easy to digest. And that's going to help your body just take in as much protein as possible and recover. And sometimes as well, I don't know if you have it too, but I just have no appetite when I finish running. Does anyone have the same?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Perfect. Yeah. So just having something that's easy to get in, and then having a proper meal then about no more than 2 hours after as well will really help with your recovery. And I'd always go with something like here, which is rice, veg, and chicken. Something wholesome as well, where it's just going to kind of keep you taking over.
So Shane, just to clarify, so as soon as you finish a race, the priority is to get protein in rather than replace the carbs you burned, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. So
okay,
carbs beforehand for energy, protein then for recovery.
Perfect.
And then water as well.
Darren Fagan has his hand up there.
Yeah, Darren, go ahead.
No, I'm all good. I don't know what I done there, lads.
No worries.
You can go to the toilet, Darren. You don't have to put your hand up.
Yeah. You have to say in Irish, do it in letters. That's stuck with me for life.
Do you know, Shane, you were saying like where nobody feels like eating.
Yeah.
I could go maybe like 7 or 8 hours and like not be able to physically eat anything really.
I'm the same.
Like I really struggle with food, with like especially post race. I'm trying to get into the habit of eating before. Like I normally just get up and go, whether it's 5K, 10K, 20, whatever. I just get up and run. And then like I might have a banana, but like I'd struggle to eat the banana, and then that's it. I might like have to wait a good few hours before. I know it's not like, is there anything you can recommend? Like, is it better to kind of try drink a meal as opposed to eat?
Yeah, like what's do you just no appetite whatsoever, or is it dry mouth, or what is it that kind of stops you?
Yeah, it's just like no appetite.
Yeah, I'd be the same. Like I try have something that is just easy to get into you. Whether we say the protein milk, even say a ready-made drink as well, or a smoothie, they can just one and done, just kind of get
Yeah,
it quickly, because it's just going to help with your recovery. If you're say having a long run, you're leaving that 8 hour gap in between, your body is going to not recover. It's going to start to into muscle mass, and you're just going to feel sore for a few days afterwards.
yeah. Like I might have a gel or something on the run. Do you know?
Yeah.
If like I think the last one I waited till 17 and then took a gel, but like that kind of be it.
I'd experiment. I'd try having it earlier, maybe having one say
I just saying it every 30 to 40 minutes. I'll try that this week.
yeah, just try it out. Even if you have one early on and then one say at 17 as well, and just build up your stomach towards it and see how you feel.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, like when you finish your run, just try have something there, whether it be yogurt, protein shake, even if it's a protein bar, something that you can just have, and it's not true.
Yeah. I think Al, you said you're the same, yeah?
Yeah, I could go all day without eating
Yeah.
after. But I got those precision cubes.
Oh, they're so good, aren't they?
And I actually like, I don't like eating after a run, but I would have a coffee, so put loads of milk in that, or I'd have chocolate milk, or those precision cubes are unbelievable, and there's loads of carbs in them. I know, like for after a race, we're meant to be focusing on protein, but if you have milk and chocolate milk and then maybe some carbs, and then I'll just try and pick later on.
Yeah, like I mean, that I'd always recommend kind of the precision cubes. Do you have the lemon and mint ones? Is it?
I don't know what they were. They were unbelievable.
Oh, they're banging. I have them there. I sell them as well. I was saying to Dara, but I have them in the gap, and I just keep eating them. I have to get rid of them.
They're actually just like sweets.
They are. They're fucking lovely. Even my daughter was trying to eat them there as well the other day. But after your run, like the chocolate milk is grand, the coffee is grand. Even if you swap that out for protein milk and things like that, it's just going to help so much with your recovery. And then afterwards, like even same with yourself, Tommy, what's your actual name? Because I know it's not Tommy.
Sorry, Nikki or Nicola.
Nikki as well.
It's Tommy T from now on.
Tommy, yeah. Even if you have, say, a meal, then 2 hours after as well, like just even kind of nibbling at it, it's going to open up your appetite too, and eventually you start going to want more food.
Yeah.
Like, especially when you're marathon training, and I'll get through this with the questions too, like your body is putting out a lot of energy. And if you don't replenish, you're just going to burn out, and you're going to feel it more on the longer runs too. And especially if you're not recovering straight after your long runs and then not eating enough during the week too, your body is going to absolutely crash. So just try, wean yourself in, even if it's nibbling with food afterwards too, or during the day.
Yeah.
The world of difference.
Grand, thank you.
You're welcome. So just a few practical tips which have really helped me is schedule time to prepare your food, especially after your long runs. I had a few domestics with the missus before because we had good intentions of going out for food or going out for the family or things like that. You get home after a long run and there's nothing more you want to do than just sit down. You don't want to do anything. And then you're not going to eat because you have no food prepared, or you're going to take away or things like that. So just try to have everything scheduled beforehand too. Just makes life so much easier. Second one as well is just going to keep hydrated with water and electrolytes. So what I do is get a 2 litre bottle of water. I don't. You put the electrolyte in it and sip on that throughout the day. And especially the day before your long runs as well. That'll be ideal. And then afterwards too. And then carb load. So carb load with a good meal before and then after your long run too. So I'd always have my cheat meal the day before. a long run because I'm going to take in a lot of carbs too, which is going to be beneficial if I'm running, say, 20 or 30K, because I burn it off and it gives me a lot of energy. And then your protein as well is take at least 1 to 2 kilograms of body weight per day. More so 2 kilograms if you're a boy, but 1.5 if you're a girl as well. Just boys naturally need more protein too because we're heavier.